Hey, Steele from Steele the Show here, and today we are reviewing The Accountant.
Your son is a remarkable young man. He has highly advanced cognitive skills. He has more in common with Einstein or Mozart than he does with us. I'd like to work with your son. Help him develop the skills he'll need to lead a full life.
It's not going to happen. The world is not a friendly place, and that's where he needs to learn to live.
Get into financial consulting. How did you get into financial consulting? My dad was an accountant. You know, he had the whole shtick. The dorky pocket protector.
I have a pocket protector.
So The Accountant stars Ben Affleck, J.K. Simmons, Anna Kendrick, and John Barenthal. So The Accountant stars Ben Affleck, J.K. Simmons, Anna Kendrick, and John Barenthal, and follows the story of a man who works as an assassin/accountant for some crime family. He also happens to be autistic. So basically Ben Affleck is this autistic man who is incredibly smart due to his autism, and he's able to function at like a higher level than normal humans. However, that also comes with consequences. He has his senses get overwhelmed really easily. It's actually really interesting. Like you see him dealing with that when he doesn't complete something. He freaks out about it. You see snippets of his backstory throughout the movie. It's done sort of non-linearly. It goes through the story happening at the present with him being the accountant and the assassin and whatnot, but throughout you see little snippets of his backstory with his father and how he was trained to be an assassin and how his family dealt with his autism. And it's actually a really interesting backstory for the character. Even though you can tell he wants to interact with people, he can't, and you really get that through the backstory, but he's still like an enjoyable character. He's charming, he's badass, it's really fun to watch. This is a movie that sacrifices some of the action for more of the intellectual stuff, and I think that was a good choice on their part. But when there is action, it's really good. Gunshots in this movie feel incredibly powerful, whereas in movies they're usually kind of taken for granted, Pew pew. In this movie they're incredibly powerful. I think that might be due to the fact that the gun Ben Affleck carries is supposed to be like an anti-aircraft gun, but it's still a really cool experience, especially to have in the theater. There were parts of the movie that confused me though. It's complicated. There's a lot going on. There's like four-ish different stories. Ultimately, they all do come together in the end. If you want a movie that's like punchy and a good thriller and whatnot, this really isn't the one for you. It saves all of its reveals until maybe the last 15 minutes or so. Now that doesn't mean that the ending feels rushed, but it might not be the action-packed thriller you were looking for. In the end, I still had a few questions. I actually want to watch it again because it was a good movie, but I was confused. It's a little confusing. They don't spill all the answers right away. It makes you think more than a regular movie does. Other actors and characters were great. Anna Kendrick was pretty good. Her role in this movie is smaller than I expected it to be, but she's good for the portion that she's in it. J.K. Simmons, as always, good job. And John Barenthal, he is fantastic. I love him as the Punisher, and this movie just really cemented to me that he's a great actor to watch out for. And he's a great match for Ben Affleck in this movie. So in the end, I will say that The Accountant is worth checking out in theaters this weekend or next weekend, whenever you can. And if you don't get to it in the theaters, rent it on DVD or whatever. It's definitely a solid movie that you'll want to see. So that's been The Accountant. Feel free to like, subscribe, and share if you enjoyed this video. And as always, Steele the Show.
If you go down this road, you can't go back. Some of my clients are quite dangerous.
Why would your clients follow you? You're an accountant. We have to go to the police.
Police can't protect you.